Lastly, we have a picture of my daughter. Now this one has areas that are completely blown out in the background and over here. That's just the nature of the image. The main thing is that the subject is not blown out. There's no detail that we really miss there. Let's see what we can do in the basic tab. Exposure, we're looking at midtones. We want to make sure that her skin is roughly right. But if we bring it up too much, it starts to look washed out. I'm just going to leave that down and we will fix that. We'll get her face brighter with a special secret technique that I'll show you in a moment. What can we do though about, we need to see what we can do with these very, very bright areas, see if we can control them a bit more. Let's just take the highlights down a little. Now that's looking much healthier. That's not nearly so blown out looking. Maybe a little down on the whites as well. And I don't want to increase the blacks a great deal. Clarity, if we drag that right up, it's quite a hard and rather unpleasant look on a child's face. Let's go into 100% so we can see what it's really doing. It's quite a hard, it brings out all the imperfections in the skin. If I take it down, it smooths the skin. Right, so we want smooth skin. And if I take it up just a little bit, it might work well on her hair. But we don't really want it up on the skin. So again, I've got something to show you for that bit. Let's go back to fit in view. That increase in the clarity is good everywhere except on her face. I don't like it on her face, but we'll deal with that. Vibrance. How saturated do we want this to look? I think a little increase in vibrance for something like this is often working well. And temperature, I think we can warm this up. I think it looks better like that. So as it was all fine. I've artificially increased the warmth because it's a warm subject. Right, let's add a vignette because we want our attention focused on the child and not on the background. Okay, now, as I said, we wanted to deal to her face, so we will use the adjustment brush. And now what I'm going to do is I've got a strongly, this is just going to darken everything, but that's not actually what I want to do. I just want to see where I'm painting, and I can control the brush size. I've got the size and the feather here. Well, quite a lot of feather. And the size, I think that size is probably reasonable. And I'm just going to paint over her face. Right, and as I said, I used this darkening colour just so I could see what I was doing, where I was painting. And now I'll change that and very slightly increase that, so we get a bit of a lighter look to her face. And I'm going to bring the clarity down. So we took the clarity up everywhere else, but now I'm bringing it down on her face, so that we get the clarity on the hair, but the face is still smooth. And we could change all these other attributes. We have the main attributes we have here. Sharpness doesn't need to be up 100%. Right, and there we have that one. We can hide the pins or show the pins. We should use the spot removal tool. We haven't done that yet. Look, there's this little spot here. Nobody has perfect skin. Holding the space bar down to drag around. There is a small, there we go, there's a blemish. Spot removal tool, I'm using the heal type, and I'm just going to click on that. Radius, we need to get a bit of radius so we can see. Oh, too much. Too much still. There we go. There's our blemish. Click. And it has replaced that area with this area. and because it's set to heal, it will try and match the overall luminosity. And that's the spot removal tool. It's great for removing tiny little imperfections. Fit and view. Just to demonstrate the effectiveness, let's do it on something more severe. Let's remove an eye. Increase the radius. This one won't really work. There we go. Show overlay. It hasn't really worked because the eye is just so big. But that gives you an idea of the sort of thing you can do with the spot removal tool, how it works. Command Z to undo. Bring our eye back. There we have the spot removal tool. We have the red eye removal tool, which I haven't used because I haven't used flash. There's no red eye there. The adjustment brush, the graduated filter, preferences, and these ones are just for rotating. And toggle mark for delete. So what I could do is I could look through this, I could open a whole set of images here, and I could say, oh yes, but this one here, don't really like that one, so I'm going to mark it for delete, and it's put an X on it. Right, so when I finish here, it will be deleted. I don't want to do that. And just to finish it, now we're finished with this, we can open the image, which will open it in Photoshop. We can cancel, get rid of everything we've done, and just finish. We can say done, and we will record the changes we have made in this tool, and we will not open it in Photoshop. Or we can save it, save image, which is a save as type thing. We can save it as a JPEG, for example. And that concludes our look at the RAW window. Thank you very much.